Today we're working on the 2013 Mustang GT, once again, with the 5-liter engine. What's going on is when we do extended driving and then we come to a stop, the oil sensor light pops on when it's in park. When it's not moving, and then the second you move it goes away. So I did a bunch of Google research and it turns out I need a new oil sensor. So here's a new oil sensor that I bought. It's FOMOCO, the real one. So it's a little bit more challenging because it's hard to reach, but it's an easy fix and I want to save you guys some money. So the tools you need, all in all, is a flashlight. You need just a long ratchet with a 13x32 to take off the air filter because it's in the way. You can see I have the K&N Blackhawk filter which gets in the way. And then the most important piece for this is a deep socket 21 millimeter. It has to be the deep socket because it has to get up in the engine and take a good grip. Because look, this is the part that's in the engine. So it has to go on the back end before you remove it from the engine block. Now the hardest thing for everything on these cars is finding out where everything is. So come onto this side, cameraman. Here's the engine. Here's the filter right here, the air filter. And I will show you with the flashlight where the sensor is. Could you see it on there, Joey? You see where my flashlight's shining? Yeah. Right underneath. Okay, so that little black thing there, some people say you have to take it, do it from underneath the car or take out the alternator. But if you do it, I think we could do it from the top, so that's what we're gonna try. The first thing we're gonna do is take out this air filter right here. We're gonna take this off and give me some more room. Show you guys exactly where it is. So you're on the right, you're on the driver's side. I'm gonna point it at right here. You see the black thing? And here is the oil filter. Oil pressure sensor. Okay, so there's a little switch on it in the back you push and it just pops right out. So I'm gonna take it out now with one hand. It's not that hard. Okay, got it? All right, see, it's now exposed. And you can see right here where I'm shining on the top. I don't know if the camera could see it, but it is kind of oily, so you can tell there's something wrong there. The next step is to get my contraption here. And I'm gonna try to get this onto the sensor. All right, look, I got my ratchet here. I got a whole bunch of extensions. And Joey, give me the flashlight.
All right.
Okay, and then you can see it's right there flush to the sensor. So it got it on there pretty good. The deep ratchet did the trick, and now I'm just gonna pop it off. But I need 2 hands. The ratchet that we decided to use, it's a lot easier, is just the regular ratchet. There's not much room in here to wiggle. If you look down here, it's very, very small. So it's going to require a lot of turns, but I did get it. So I didn't have to go under the car. I didn't have to take out the alternator. I just kind of went in there and did one little half of a turn. It's almost completely out. So I just want to show exactly what you got to do. So you feel it in there. Make sure it's wrapped. And I'm literally, you hear one click at a time until it's out. All right, now it's coming out nice. All right, let's see. If there's oil on it, then you know it is in fact the sensor. Oh yeah, look at that. Look on the bottom right here, all that grime. So I'll put in the new one and that should solve. Here's the old one, here's the new one. It already comes wrapped from Phone Mover Company with the plumbing tape anti-leak thingy. The plastic piece popped off when I was taking it off. It's not a big deal. Here's a new one. I'll put it on and I'll let you know how it goes. And there you can see the blue. Yeah, you see it right there. That's the new part. To tighten it, there's very little wiggle room in there. So using your ratchet, it's literally one click at a time and you have to be really slow so you don't break the plastic piece, which is where you connect the sensor adapter. So I got it all the way on there. It took a little bit of time, nice and slow. So now I did it finger tighten as long as I could, and then I used the ratchet. So now I'm just gonna plug in the plastic piece until it makes that click. Let's hear. Good, so that means it's in nice and good. So now I'm gonna have Joey start it, make sure that there's nothing leaking and everything sounds okay. I'll leave the air filter off, the cool air intake filter off, just while he starts it for a second. All right, I'm gonna have Joey start it now, see if anything's leaking. Go ahead, Joey. Hear that air gets sucked in there. So yeah, nothing leaking, looks pretty good. I cleaned off the oil on the other sensor that was leaking. I think it's a job well done. I'm gonna put it back together and then we'll take it for a little drive. Okay, so I put the air filter back in. I have the one bolt to connect here, which is this bolt. I think it's 13/32. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's it. And this aftermarket K&N, and then I just reattach this on there, and then we'll start it up. Thank you. Reinstalling the filter, just make sure it lines back up so it sucks air from the right spot. This thing right here has to be tightened nice and tight, so there's no hissing, no air is getting out. We want that air to suck through this big filter and cool off that engine. Okay, that's nice and tight, nice and snug. Nice and snug, nice and snug. And the last thing is this bolt. We replaced the evap system, the fuel vapor evap, and that was a success. And now I'm gonna start it up again and make sure that the air sensor is good to go. All right, sounds good. Thank you.